What's up, everyone? We got the interview with the Weedman going on. Hey, squad. Let's go.
Yeah.
There we go.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? We're getting some people joining in.
Yep, we'll let them start piling in here for a minute. It was a little back and forth, but we got this, and I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we got it figured out, and we're doing this because it'll be fun, just hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Not much else to do on a Saturday, at least for me. So.
Exactly. I've always got creative stuff to do, but I wanted to do this anyways. It's fun.
Yeah.
Different is
yeah.
good.
No, for sure. Well, dude, I got a few questions written out here. I got a couple notes here. It'll be real quick, but the first question I got for you is, why did you become the Weedman? What's kind of the story behind doing that whole thing? And all that?
It's actually not as crazy as a lot of people would think. I've been in the cannabis industry for about 10 years. I started off hosting internet radio shows, and then I went from building, basically they call them podcasts now, but 10 years ago they weren't. It was a show I would do, Wake and Bake with Thurlow Weed. TL is just short for Thurlow Weed, or it's for Thurlow, so that's where the TL and TL Weedman comes from. But I hosted it as Thurlow Weed, and then through time, as it started to grow, I got a building, and when we got the building, we had a whole bunch of extra time in the day, so we started a cannabis club. So I've been in the cannabis industry for years, okay? Right. And I like to produce music, so I wanted to like bring my content, my music, and the cannabis related stuff together, and I wanted to bring it in a format and a platform, or I should say, in a way that people hadn't done before. So I started off with a mask that was just a weed mask that you can buy on Amazon. There's only one. And I was going to launch with that, and I ended up coming across somebody who actually makes prosthetics for Hollywood movies. He's done some big name movies and such like that. So we worked together, and he created this for me. I had him create this, and then so now I have a way to be able to bring my content in just in a different way than other people do.
Right. Yeah, no, I like the mask. It's definitely unique. And you're in Colorado, so being in the cannabis industry for 10 years I'm sure there's lots of people in Colorado that have been, in that area for a while. Yeah. Well, so the store that you got, let's talk a little bit about that. It's kind of like a little lounge thing, like smoker's lounge. People can hang out, smoke there.
Yes.
And so you kind of started that. And so, people just kind of hang out there, and you're in Colorado. And
yeah. So when recreational legalization passed it passed in, I believe, 2012, but dispensaries didn't start till it passed in November. Governor signed the bill in December. Then stores weren't open until 2014. Well, February, 3 months after the governor signed the bill, it was legal to smoke and it was legal to possess. It just wasn't legal to acquire it, so to speak, because there wasn't any dispensaries. But if you were a medical patient and you were growing or whatnot legally, and per the law being in effect, you could grow your own personal, tourists didn't realize that you weren't going to buy right away. Remember, we were one of the first states.
Right.
So they came flocking to Colorado, okay? They may find weed, but they didn't even have no place to smoke it. So we created literally the first recreational cannabis club or lounge in the United States.
That's dope as fuck.
21 and up can come consume cannabis, smoke cannabis. They're members. So we have like 75,000 members worldwide.
Damn,
we've
that's
had people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And Yeah, they just pay a membership fee, and you know, it's not an ongoing. So if you're not active here, you don't have to continue to pay it. But it's currently $12 a month, and then $2 per day, and it's all 21 and up only.
Well, being the first state, I mean, I'm sure you had so much foot traffic, people visiting, you know, coming through, and they needed a place, you know, to stop at and hang out. So that was super clutch that you were kind of on the forefront of everything, and you're able to get out there so quickly.
So we were really actually unique in the fact that we opened in a place that was not openly allowing them, but they weren't not having them. So, and then the city and county of Denver itself was not allowing it. So we not only were the first, we were the only one for 5 years.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique.
Well, speaking of kind of Colorado, what is your favorite place to get weed at? Dispensaries in that local area?
High Level Health. I smoke High Level Health Gorilla Glue #4 all the time.
I'm actually growing Gorilla Glue #4. It's a super popular strain. People love it.
It is. And if it's grown correctly, it is absolutely amazing. And I've had stuff that wasn't grown correctly. That's why I say it. And I go to High Level Health because they're consistent about it.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. If I ever visit, I got to visit, dude. I've never been to Colorado. So I'm just in Oregon. So I'm pretty close by. Similar vibe, you know, and I definitely want to visit for sure.
I've been to Oregon. When I was doing my internet radio stuff, the Wake and Bake with Thurlow Weed Show, excuse me. I went on a 3-month tour, and a majority of it was in Oregon, California, and Washington State. So, like the Cannabis Cafe, the Oregon Cannabis Cafe.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it was around the time that they had started going was when I was out there.
So what's interesting is that my product eliminates, you know, the smoke and the smell. And the Cannabis Cafe, I think the one in Oregon got shut down. The lady who ran it, and the reason being is because of the Oregon Clean Air Act.
Yep.
They said that it violated the Oregon Clean Air Act, and like the air wasn't, you know, clean enough. It was too smoky or whatever, I guess, which is kind of BS because I did some research on that. And I guess cigar lounges don't abide by the same rules.
No.
Because like a cigar lounge is like all smoky in there too, like, and they're not in the same category of stuff. And so the Cannabis Cafe got shut down, the Oregon Clean Air Act. And I was actually going to reach out to her and be like, hey, like, you know, if you have a bunch of smoke traps in there, like it might help with having cleaner air and you might be able to pass, you know, the policy or whatever. But yeah, no, that was I think she had one of the first, you know, cannabis.
She was like the first, just for medical patients. Like she was like they were really one of the first in the nation for medical patients. There wasn't even something like that in Colorado. One thing though that's strange about that, and that just shows how wild the rules about cannabis are, even when states go legal, that people don't necessarily know, is she operated for many years until recreational passed, and then she was shut down.
Right. So it's kind of weird. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, it's extremely weird how that works.
Yeah.
Extremely weird.
I mean, you'd think it'd be the opposite, but also with the legalization, there's a lot more regulations now. Like I know the growers are getting kind of fucked, like a lot of the smaller growers, because they have to have like permits and stuff like per acre and pay all these like fees, and you know all their stuff has to get like regulated, which, you know, there's some good to that, you know, like it should be regulated, but a lot of them can't pay the fees and all that and have all the permits. And
when you're a small business and you only make X amount of dollars, you can't pay the same thing that a business that's doing 100 times what you're doing in business is paying. It should be a sliding scale, because the sliding scale would be allowing still those mom and pop businesses to operate.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. So it's kind of an interesting, I mean, dude, it's just an interesting time right now, you know, in general. Like, I know there's a lot of challenges for all like cannabis businesses. Like, we can't even advertise on, you know, social media, like run an ad or things like that. And like the websites, like the payment processing, we're technically a high risk business. So like we get flagged all the time. So it's, you know,
it's crazy that you have to go, that you go through that as well.
Yeah.
It is crazy that you go through that as well.
Everyone in the industry, one way or another, you know, has to jump over extra hurdles, you know? So it's interesting for sure.
It is. Hold up real quick. The guy in the chat, for some people, it is far few and in between, but yes, it is something that can happen. It is a little bit different for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I got a couple more questions.
Yeah, of course.
Favorite way to smoke? Bong, pipe, joints?
Oh, yeah, I love doobies.
Yeah. And raw rolling papers or what?
I just hate that. I prefer Juicy J's.
Really?
Yep. I prefer Juicy J's. I don't know why, but I like flavored papers. And I don't like flavored papers because it changes the flavor of the weed, which it does a little bit, but that's not why I smoke it. I smoke it because of the flavor on my lips. That's where I taste the flavor from.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well,
so it's like candy. I'm a sweet tooth, so to me, it's kind of like candy.
Yeah. Yeah. All those pipes and bongs that you make out of like Starburst and stuff.
Yeah.
Eat them after.
I usually take a bite or two of them. It just depends. But yeah, I definitely like to. Some of them take so much candy though that you know what I'm saying, that it would make me sick to eat it.
So Lyndon said, "OMG, did you eat the joint?" Which reminds me of all your Wu-Tang. You had that Wu-Tang frenzy going on a couple months ago. It was like nuts, dude. Like
it's something that I love to do, but it's like it can kind of get old. You have to do it in interesting places. And here's my thing is I'm not a do anything for clout type person, but I am a how far can we push the limits type person. So when I start thinking about walking into the Capitol and Wu-Tanging just so I can get the video, I'm like, maybe I should hold off on this until I think of something else unique. So that's why I switched from Wu-Tang to doing some pipes and stuff, is because I need to find an interesting more way to do Wu-Tangs without bringing so much heat on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because
you don't want to.
Exactly. But to me, that's a challenge, and it would be extremely cool, but it's just not right for even in the eye of cannabis smokers.
Yeah, there's a line for sure. You know, there's a line, especially like in public places or whatever, you know, because you have to be considerate to other people.
Exactly.
You know, and so, you know, there's that involved with, you know, too. So.
Well, I'm considerate most of the time. I make sure that I reek when I walk into a store. I make sure that I fucking smell as loud. I mean, for real. I make sure I'm as loud as possible, for real. That's the only inconsiderate thing I do. But it's not.
But it's Colorado, dude. Like Oregon. I mean, I go to places all the time and it smells like fucking weed. Like
yes. Oh, you'll be driving down the street. You'll be like, okay, there's a grow in this neighborhood, and I'm not talking like a street of houses. I'm talking like fucking downtown in an industrial area, and you're like, whoa, okay, there's a grow around here.
Someone's growing some shit.
It is funny. It is funny.
Yeah, and it's only going to be more and more, too. Dude, the smell is so loud, like, it's so strong with weed. It's crazy. Like, even back in the day when cigarettes, like, everyone smoked cigarettes, like, in the 50s and 60s. You know, their houses would have like a stench and like a smell, and you could smell it on their clothes. But I feel like weed smells even stronger than like tobacco, you know, and it's crazy. So, yeah.
In a way. So I'll share something with you. I do smoke tobacco, and I've worked way down, and I'm working on quitting. I got a new Mitsubishi Lancer a few years ago, and I smoked cigarettes in it, okay? And I hate the way it smelled. So when I got my WRX, I'm like, I'm not going to smoke cigarettes in it. Even when I do long road trips now, I'll pull over. But I smoke weed in it, okay?
Yeah.
And as long as you don't have, when you have the air conditioner on, you don't have the air recirculating. Because what it does is it recirculates that smoke, and then your smoke builds up in
the vents.
The vents. So what happens is you turn it on and you get that musty, smoky smell. But with weed, it actually, I can smoke in it and then not smoke in it for 24 to 48 hours, and it smells like a new car. Like you don't even smell a hint of weed. With cigarettes, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's interesting for sure. And that's kind of like goes back to my product, you know, eliminating the smell. Like it's just a massive problem. Like I'm just trying to help solve that problem, you know.
My son has passed out. We were in Michigan not too long ago, and Michigan's a recreational state as well as a medical state. And we were upset that we didn't have the video going because the people literally, the hotel people came and were like, you can't be smoking in here. So can you guys please quit? And we're like, sure. And we turned around and we were there for 2 more nights, and we just used the SmokeTrap. And didn't have no issue. We kept a window open just for precaution, of course.
I mean, I think you should too. I mean, absolutely. I mean, you should try and do everything you can.
Of course. But the SmokeTrap is better than anything that I've seen on the market, and better than anything that you can make. Real talk.
Well, like I appreciate that. I got a new version coming out here pretty soon that I've been working on for a while. It takes a long time, but this new version is going to be really nice. It's kind of combining all of the great aspects of each air filter on the market and putting it all into one. And that's kind of what I've done. I've just looked at every single one of all of the competitors, and I've just taken what they do really well and put it all into one. And that's kind of what I'm doing for mine. So I'm super excited for that. But
very nice.
So one girl, Alex, in the comments asked how long it takes to get ready, and you kind of were talking to me about that, but kind of go through a little bit, you know, the costume and the outfit.
So yeah, it as I was telling him earlier, you guys see a lot more videos of me making pipes and not so much of my face because it's pretty damn hot in Colorado. And to be honest, the mask itself is not so hot as much as everything else is. The problem with the mask and the heat is my body will tend to sweat. If you notice, I'm pushing because it's coming undone a little bit. My body will tend to sweat, and it's when I'm putting the glue on. So if I'm sweating any little bit when I'm putting the glue on, then it kind of doesn't hold as well. So I put a layer of this special glue that's used for Hollywood on the inside of the mask, and then on my face, and then I have the makeup. It takes 30 to 45 minutes to get ready, and then
the process
about another 30, 45 minutes to clean up. When it's
dude, that's kind of a process, and you're able to do it all by yourself. You don't need help or anything.
For the most part, there's a couple of things that I prefer to have a little bit of help with, but if I had to do it all by myself, I could. There's just a few certain things like taking the mask off. Like it's not the remover's not going to hurt me, obviously, because they know that people put it on their face. But you don't want it in your eyes or anything like that. And you can't see what you're doing, even looking in a mirror. And if you're trying to work with a brush to get the glue by your eye, you don't want to necessarily try and keep it open, and it's hard to see. Now, you can make it happen again, but it's better to have somebody else.
Yeah. So how long did it take for the guy to make it? Like a couple months or?
Yeah, it was a couple of months for him to go ahead and make it. And I do have a video. It's a time-lapse kind of thing of it. So they came in and they did what's called a life cast of my face. They put this special stuff over my whole face except for 2 little breathing holes.
It's like custom fit. Like it's like...
Yeah. It's made to the inside of my face. Yeah. So
That's cool.
Yep. So they did the live cast, and then they made a porcelain mold. So then they had the outer of my face, and then they built the mask onto it, and then you pull the porcelain mold out, and then they cooked the molding, and then put latex on it, and did all those things there. So yeah, it's shaped as my face, and like if you have my face and the mask next to it, you can see my facial features actually in the mask.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, drop some questions if you guys have questions. Drop some questions in the comments, and I'll ask some of them. I got one more though. You did a couple skits a month or two ago with Gucci Berry and Ugly God, which was pretty funny. I enjoyed those videos. Those guys are hilarious, by the way. The swing to the sack Sundays that guy does. I mean, what? Every week? That's insane. But
he's wild.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, are you planning on doing some more stuff with those guys, or where are those guys located at? Like, you plan on meeting up with them?
Oh yeah. So, a lot of people may or may not know that when I hit 50,000 followers, I'm doing a 48-state tour. I'm going to be driving at my WRX. The only place I may not be driving probably not going to be driving is Alaska. We can, but we don't know if we're going to do that. But we're going to drive, and then when we do that, we do plan on meeting up with Gucci Berry again, of course, and we might even do it before then. Holy God, of course, and then we actually there's some other larger name people too that we're talking with that we'll be doing some content with. We because of the content that I make, sometimes people will flag your account. So I've actually had some issues with my account being flagged and shut down. What's great, what most people don't understand, and the reason I'm bringing this up, is a lot of people think that it's Instagram. And it is, but it's not. So it's Instagram that gave me my account back. It's Instagram and an actual person there that reviewed the videos and said, hey, this isn't what they're saying it is, and it's okay for Instagram. So they've given me my account back. I've had my account deactivated 3 times in the last month, in the last 28 days, because people flagged my posts saying that they're promoting drug use.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Colorado. I'm a patient. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but because of that, I've missed a couple of trips, like out to California, because I've got stuff planned with Mason Ray Parker, who's quite well known, as well as more stuff that was supposed to be going on with Holy God. And then there's a few other larger name people that I don't want to necessarily mention that are out in California that I was supposed to meet with and link up with and do stuff with when I was out there. So that's all been pushed off for a couple of months. I think I've got things square with Instagram, so I'm not going to have to worry about my account being flagged or deactivated, but I'm waiting a little bit of time before I do that, because it seemed like right before I would leave, literally the first time it ever got deactivated was 12 hours before I was supposed to leave to California.
Oh. So what's the process to get that back?
So when you go to log in, and there's some videos on YouTube, when you go to log in, you just put don't know your password and you need more help, and you click that need more help, and then it'll ask for you to sign in with your phone or username. Just put username and then click need more help, and then it'll pull up a thing that says what is it?
Contact or something.
No, it says dispute account deactivation.
Oh, sweet. And then you do that, and then they give it back to you?
Yeah, if they believe that there was...
And then they take it away? I mean...
In 2 months' time. Now, mind you, I had it shut down 3 times in a month. In 2 months, I've had it shut down 4 times. I have 4 emails from Instagram saying, sorry, your account was accidentally deactivated. It's reactivated now. You should be able to sign in.
That's crazy. Well, one guy asked, how do you follow the Weedman? Well, it's TL_Weedman, correct?
Yes, sir.
So type that in.
I can't type.
I'll type it in right here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the one thing. I have to do everything with the stylus because I can't touch anything with the fingers. Thank you.
Yeah, so type that in, guys, if you want to follow him for sure. He's got dope stuff. You'll be able to
I appreciate it.
MacGyver any pipe.
This is my
smoke out of
only
anything.
problem. This is my only problem with the SmokeTrap is I don't like making videos in the mask with it because I can't make a perfect seal.
Yeah. No,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
with the mask.
It's hard for me to demo it. I've done it a
Yeah.
few times, but you can still see it
Yeah.
leak. But it's hard for me to demo it, and I still will because I do love it. But it's just hard for me to demo it with the mask on. Because I can't make a seal. Doing good, Dad. How about you?
Yeah, we're doing good. Well, that's another thing going back to the new version. I'm making the seal better. It'll be easier for everyone to do a seal. So even with the mask, it'll be easier for you. But yeah, with the mask, the current version, though, it'll be a little bit tough.
Cool. No, that's good to hear because my son and I were talking about it. I was like, I wish you made it with, like, you don't have to say anything, but like a foamy thing. So more kind of like, you know what I'm saying, suction to it. So I was like, if it was something like that, that would really be able to help because then it could get across like the stem and stuff like that.
For sure. The Weedman rules. What's up, Weedman? What's up, Weed?
Hey.
How we doing?
Texas
Greetings from
Texas.
Texas, I think they have a big football game on today.
Yeah, we get so many people that go to my shop downstairs from Texas. So many people that come in because it's a 15-hour drive. In some places, it's only a 12-hour drive.
Yeah,
you know,
that's not that bad. I mean, yeah, you can make that work for sure.
Oregon, I've made that drive quite a few times, but probably only about from Colorado to Oregon like 3 times. It's a long one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it is to Colorado from here on driving.
It's about 15 hours. Depending on what part of Oregon you're in, you're looking at a greater 15. Well, on the low side, 14, and on the high side, 17.
Pretty much everyone's in Portland, which is northwest of the state.
Yeah, you're looking at about 16, 17 hours from Portland.
Yeah. Eastern Oregon is like no one's there. Like
there's nothing out there. And I like being by the ocean out there anyways. I loved it out there.
Oh yeah.
We lived in Seattle not Seattle. We lived in, what the heck was the name of the town?
Tacoma?
No, we actually lived, it was an hour. It was 58 minutes from our place to Portland and 59 minutes from our place to Seattle. We were like right between. We were in Washington, but we were right between. It was a small ass town. The town literally had like less than 300 people in it.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm not sure exactly. I'm not super familiar with Washington, little cities like that. But Portland's great because it's like an hour and a half to the coast, hour and a half to the mountains.
Yeah.
So it's really convenient if you really want to do a lot of stuff here.
It is.
Yeah.
Colorado's not bad for mountains, or Denver's not bad for the mountains. We have a couple of reservoirs that's closer in town, so if you like some skiing and stuff like that. But if you want a good mountain hike, you can go anywhere from about 35 minutes on out, and you're in the mountains, which is nice. It is. You want to go? I like to go smoke a doob by the river, and it's literally like 35-minute drive. I could park the car and walk down like 5 minutes, and I'm right next to a river, chilling, smoking a doob.
Yeah. What's up, Jose? How we doing? Thanks for the love. I'm planning on, hopefully doing this with some more people and just kind of shooting the shit, asking some questions, just kind of hanging out. Hey, Milo, I see you.
Milo, what's up? Yeah.
What's up, guys? Chop Nugs Not Nukes, I see you hopping in too. He's from, he knows the Washington area better than us. We were just talking about Washington. He's from the Washington, Seattle. I think Seattle-ish area around there.
Nice.
But,
I'm trying to remember. I can't. You would think I'd remember. I don't like the
halfway between Portland and Seattle.
Yeah, it was like spit right in between, and it was a small town. No,
Spokane.
Not Spokane. It was a small town.
Spokane's like.
Yeah, it was on the east side. It was on the east side of the highway that runs north. The main highway that runs north and south. It was on the east side of it.
Huh. Yeah,
Whole
I'm not
face
sure.
reveal at 1 million followers, guys.
Yeah, honestly, if you get a couple of videos on World Star or something like that, dude, you could get up on there.
So check
You
this
know?
out. We don't know. Holy God,
Yeah.
Gucci Berry and Longneck tried to get me on World Star when we did that skit with all of them at the Cup.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They posted it consecutive on all their accounts, that video, the day they did it. And literally 5 minutes after they did it, Instagram shut down for 2 hours.
Oh, it was one of those.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's actually happened like 3 times in the last 3 months or something like that. I've experienced
It was
that too.
it was like the last time or second to last time that it happened.
That's
Blew
so
everything.
shitty, dude.
They worked together. They wanted to do it because it was a really good skit. We had done quite a bit of other content, and they were like, "Yo, we really think that this will go." So they were like trying to get it on World Star, and I literally had seen stuff that they had posted days before with just them that they would post, and 20 minutes later, World Star would post it, and it's not anything that they do. It's just World Star picking it up. But they kind of know,
and World
they
Star
don't know
knows
what
them.
content's guaranteed going to go, but they know about the time and everything. So they were like, this is going to go, and then we posted it, and Instagram shut down.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, this is going to be it. This is going to be the first time. And then I was like, what the hell?
Can't even log in, like.
Dude, I was like, something's wrong with my Instagram. My son's like, my wife's like, it's messed up. I'm like, no, this is literally the worst time for Instagram to shut down for me.
You're like, maybe it's blowing up so much. Yeah, you're like, it's blowing up so much that I can't log in. Like,
and then it got shut down or deactivated, and you lose momentum. Like I started gaining it back, and then it got shut down. Like week, bam, 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 bam. And now I've lost momentum, so I'm just back up grinding. I'm not going to stop putting. Instagram doesn't say my videos are wrong. They're going to give me my account back.
Right.
Dude. It's not Instagram, it's people flagging it.
Yeah.
Hey, Junior Bass Class.
The momentum is definitely a big thing. So, the momentum in Instagram is definitely can roll, dude. If you get a couple big accounts, dude, you can easily hit 1 mil.
Oh yeah. And Cypress Hill reposted me before, which was pretty cool.
Oh,
Shout out Cypress Hill. Yeah, they're big, dude. So that was definitely cool. Hey, Super Bowl champs 1982. Just click up there in the link. It says SmokeTrap was talking with TL Weedman, and if you click that, it'll go to my profile. If it wasn't working, I wouldn't be here.
I think I pinned. I'm not sure if I pinned your username.
Yeah, he said he tried it and it wasn't working.
Oh.
So
interesting.
Yeah, that was strange. But like I said, if it wasn't working, I would be.
I mean, it's written correctly, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, let me know, guys, if you have more trouble with it. But I mean, it should be.
Thanks,
I mean,
Scott.
should be pretty easy to find them, though. I feel like. Also, if you click on my page, my most recent post is a post of him with the mask on using it. So you'll be able to find his profile from that post as well. Because I think you can link on because I pinned that comment. I think you can just click mine and then go to that first post, guys, and then you'll find him right there.
Oh yeah, he said he found it too. What's up, San Antonio? And then hey, Vince. Shout out Vince. Hey, shout out Jose. Yeah, no problem, Super Bowl champs. Appreciate your support.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. 82, that's Broncos.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, no, they lost in 82, didn't they? Didn't the Broncos lose in 82?
I'm not sure. Was that when they had John Elway or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they were, in the Super Bowl around that time, but I'm not sure.
Hey, shout out Gersel. Or Gersel. Sorry.
There we go.
I apologize if I said it wrong and slaughtered it. Didn't mean to.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, drop nugs, not nukes. Let's go.
Hey, appreciate it, Drop Nugs. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You should get like a little like ding or bell or something like that. Like every time you're gonna follow, be cool.
Oh man, it would go pretty nuts. There's times, like after days when I would do some big collaborations. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really what the key is. I wouldn't have so many followers if I didn't collaborate with these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you got
Yeah.
you got to have good content too, because I did a collaboration. Yeah. Y'all can go out there and find this. You want to see what I really look like. I did a collaboration in October, I believe it was, with Holy God, and I wasn't the Weedman. And off that collaboration, I got about 3,000 followers. The next collaboration I did with Holy God when I was the Weedman, I got like 15,000.
Yeah. No, it can grow quick when you like leverage other people's pages, you know,
and have good content.
Yeah. If you have good content, yeah, people will like it. So.
And good does not mean having to get a mask or anything like that. Good is something unique or creative in a different way. I'm doing the same thing. Some of my content's the same as others, but I'm bringing it in a different way. Yeah. So just find a unique way to be you, preferably a way to have fun, and then just do it that way and be consistent, and it will happen. Yeah. No, I mean, I obviously sell a product, but I do like some growing videos that are kind of informational content. And so it's good to mix it up and all that, and I think informational videos are actually kind of good, because I don't think there's a lot of them out there. Like I kind of look at Josh Kesselman, and he does like kind of informational videos where he talks about stuff, and he's kind of like teaching people some stuff, and so I kind of like that because it's a little bit different kind of content, than a lot. Yes. That I see. And that's when I did my podcast, and I even had, my podcast ended up turning into an FM radio show in Denver for cannabis on a cannabis FM radio station. And that was a goal that I had, and I was able to reach that goal. And I don't feel that I mean, I can educate, but like, I don't feel that some of the content that I do goes with the education. So I'm kind of leaning more on the entertainment, which I like the entertainment. I mean, you'll start seeing a lot more. Like I'll be racing SCCA racing. I'm building out my Subaru. Like I have like 3 YouTube channels. I got the Weedman Workshop, I have Weed's Garage, and then I have a whole channel where I upload my beats that I make because I produce music, So, and again, this all came going full circle with this. This all transpired from the fact that I'm in the cannabis industry and the fact that I make music. I wanted a different way to bring it to people, and now I'm finding that there's cannabis lovers everywhere, and I can actually use this as a character to really do a lot more than just be somebody who smokes weed or makes pipes on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more there. No, the potential is crazy, and I don't have to keep the mask on. That's the other thing too, is I can do stuff without the mask on, and I just don't show my face. Yeah. Hey, Drop Nugs on Nukes, I appreciate the love. Thanks for that. Also, Kalish 313, it takes him like 30, 40 minutes, he said. Yep. And then 30, 40 minutes to take it off too. Yeah,
and it's really hot. So
take it off and clean the glue off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We love you, Vince.
So I didn't know this, but you said you like Juicy J's. The Josh guy, he actually made Juicy J's as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he made Juicy J's.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Raw, and I believe Elements, too.
Yep. And
all
the
three.
cones, the Cyclones, and Juicy J blunt wraps, and the hemp wraps. Yeah.
That guy's killing it.
He's awesome, man. He is.
Yeah, he's killing it.
I love watching his videos. They're really informative.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he's got great stuff, and he's a cool dude. I actually met him a couple months ago in Vegas at the Champs Trade Show. He's like super nice, like great guy, like
he has amazing energy. You could just tell from his videos.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's got good vibes. For sure.
That's cool. That's cool too. Hell
yeah, and it's good to have leaders like that in the industry and good role models like that, because he's also just like super about the people and helping out. Like he did like that kind of Amazon rainforest stuff, and he does the water thing, and he does the the dogs, and so it's good to have good role models and leaders like that blazing this industry, because it's super new. So
no, it is definitely. It definitely, most definitely.
Shout out Stephen Payne. Yeah.
Yes. And shout out Jose said the Canadian bro. I think it was Jose. Yeah. Yeah, I smoked out of a gummy bear. I did.
That's funny.
It was a cinnamon bear, not a gummy bear. A cinnamon bear. Yeah. I got lots more coming up too. I still got some I haven't posted, but we started going to my son and I did going to the thrift store. So you're going to see a lot more things, not just being made out of food, but like other cool shit.
Little knick-knack things like.
Oh yeah, and baseball bats and all kinds. like I just uploaded one with the Coleman drinking, like the water jug cooler thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just uploaded one earlier that I made a pipe out of that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I'll be having all kinds of different unique stuff.
Is that a part of the Weedman Workshop YouTube channel? Is that what you do for that, or is that more? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what I've been doing it both. I've been I'll do like a time lapse version on Instagram, and then I'll do the full video on YouTube. Usually.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And sometimes I'll only post like a clippet of it on Instagram, and then they got to go to YouTube to watch the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, cool, dude. I don't want to keep you too long. I know it's hot in that mask.
Oh yeah.
So I think we're pushing like 45 minutes right now, which is pretty good. This is definitely kind of the area. I don't want to be too long on this Saturday. So I appreciate you taking the time out, dude, and like putting the mask on. And I'm glad we're able to get this figured out and we're able to do it because this was fun.
No problem. And over to doing it again as well, man. I'd like to as well. I appreciate you all coming and checking it out and sticking tuned in. Yeah.
Thanks for all the love for all the people stopping in. So have a great Saturday, guys.
You too. Thanks. I appreciate it. Y'all take care.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Thanks again.
Yeah.